Good morning. We got some seats up front. Y'all come up if you like. Front row's a lot of fun. We get to pick on you a little bit.
We had the most fun.
Come on in. Did everybody get checked in? All right. Wow. Well, it's 8 o'clock straight up, so we'll get started. Good morning, everybody. How you doing today? Yeah? Thanks so much for coming out. I know the rain may have kept... I thought we might have had 2 people today, or 2 people and Mr. Moore maybe. And I'm surprised you guys are such troopers for coming out with the impending weather. So I want you all to really say your prayers and that the weather comes in. You know, there must be an event in Fulshear coming up pretty soon because the rain's starting to form. We're used to it, though, and we've persevered every time. So pray the rain just gets in here, does its job, and gets out and be a nice, cool weekend for everybody to have fun this Saturday. So thank you for being here. We really appreciate it. All right. Want to make sure everybody's checked in on Chamber Master so you can win some of our wonderful prizes today. We have some good ones. Also, if you've parked anywhere in front of another business in this park here, we're going to have to ask you to move your car. That is something, they run a business. We're getting pretty full here. So if you would move your car, really appreciate that. Item 6. I don't know, Amy wrote Don's Wisdom. I don't know what that is. But it's usually I start off with kind of a joke or something for you to take away from today's meeting. And I came across something, I think we've all done this before. Who in here has sent a really great email, or you sent either maybe a scathing email or something in your business or to someone somehow? Was that my cell phone alarm going off? I think it was the weather alert. Okay, yeah. Great, thanks. You send and you just mistype one letter in your email and it goes to someone completely different. Who's done that? Anyone? Am I the only? Okay, good. A few people. But this was pretty interesting that this couple, and they were going on vacation down to South America, and but his wife had to do a business trip, and so he decided to go to the destination ahead of his wife, and then she would meet him in South America. Well, when he reached his hotel, he decided to send his wife a quick email. Now, unfortunately, when he started typing her email address, he mistyped a letter, and his note was directed instead to an elderly preacher's wife. And her husband had just passed away the day before. Well, the grieving widow checked her email, and she took one look at the monitor and let out a piercing scream and fell to the floor just completely dead faint. Well, at the sound of this, her family just rushed right into the room and saw her laying there on the floor, and they looked at the screen at the email. And the email read, "Dearest wife, just checked in. Everything prepared for your arrival tomorrow. P.S. Sure is hot down here." So, I guess the lesson here is let's pay attention to your emails. You never know who it might affect. But anyway, I thought that was funny. Anyway, we want to thank Katy Plantations. Is anyone here from Katy Plantations? I know Avery had to leave, but they supplied our breakfast today. So if you see them, if you get a chance, send them an email. Thank them for the donuts and everything this morning, and try to send them some business at Katy Plantations. Also, Keith in the back there with First Cup Cafe, once again, supplying the coffee. Thank you very much. Now, Keith has informed me, I will tell you this, that today, I was listening on the news, today is National Meatball Day, and today is, this week is Sleep Awareness Week. And I guess you got to be aware because we spring forward, obviously, at the end of the week. But at First Cup, the entire month of March, every Wednesday is what is going to be called Get Wired on Wednesday. And they're offering free coffee, regular coffee, at First Cup every Wednesday the month of March. So get wired on Wednesday, go to First Cup, get yourself free cup coffee today. So today you can drink coffee and be wired all day. How about that? So thank you very much. We really appreciate it. Wired Wednesday in March. All right, but we really appreciate them supplying our coffee for us. Also, want to welcome everybody. Who here is not a member of the Fulshear Area Chamber of Commerce? Just please stand up. Let us see you really, please. Stand up, say hi. Hello, and what's your name, sir?
I'm Joe. I'm with Comcast Business.
Great, I got this thing on my DVR kind of. No, I'll talk to you. Nice to have you here, Joe. Yes, ma'am.
Hi, I'm Stacey Hadley. I'm with a company called Now CFO. We do operational accounting.
Operational accounting.
Yep.
Complicated, but sounds like we might need you.
It's really easy, I promise.
Awesome. And we're going to jump right here real quick in the front. Yes, ma'am?
I'm Candy Grando. I own my own social media marketing company, and I just wanted to stop by and say hello.
Katie with her own social media marketing. Yes, sir, in the back.
My name's David Smith. I'm with American Comfort Experts, a heating and air conditioning company. I'm a comfort specialist. We're in the area, and we want to thank you for your meeting.
Well, thank you for being here. And is it going to be hot this summer? It is? Okay. Usually is. And yes, sir.
It's a customer relationship management and process management.
Well, thank you very much for being here. Anybody in the back that is currently standing up that is new to visiting this day? Well, we really appreciate you visiting our chamber. We are over 375 members right now. Yeah, let's applaud that, 375. And hopefully today y'all might think about being part of our family here. We're a really close-knit family. And if you go to our website, all the details are there on how to be involved with us and get involved. We'd love to have you be part of us. It is a really good family. I've heard a few comments where some people have gone to other meetings and chamber meetings and networking, and they say, this is the one that everyone seems to know everybody, which is a tremendous thing. So thank you all for staying in touch with each other and using each other for your business. That's really great. Moving to our next, want to make sure everybody knows, next month our meeting is going to move. We're going to leave our Thrive home, and we're going to go to the Palladium movie theater up the street in Richmond. Now this is a one-time only type deal. Well, one time, just this time we may go back and visit again. We have two speakers next month. One is Robert Baldwin. He's the Clutch. He's the Clutch, the Rockets basketball mascot. And he's going to do some motivational speaking. He's our opening act, and then our second act is going to be Eric Swanson, which is a motivational speaker about creating great attitudes. It's called Habitudes, how to make a great attitude a habit every day in your life and in your business. I think, pass the word, it's open to everybody. We have a 200-seat theater. We want to fill it out. I know that there's going to be, everyone who comes is probably going to walk out off the ground about this high, being excited about taking on your day and maybe the rest of your life. We might find some things there. So please come next month to the Palladium. Then we'll make an official announcement about the month after that, but prepare for a venue change, because as we continue to grow, we need the space, which is a good problem. So thank you very much but we'll do something special for Thrive Church. They have been tremendous. So where's anybody here from Thrive? Oh no, one guy. Two guys, Jake. Okay, Jake and Jason. Those guys have been so helpful in putting these meetings together, and if this is the last time we get to see them for a while, turn around, say thank you very much. We really appreciate it. And if Pastor Tom Elmore comes in, we want to make sure we ignore him. No, I mean, we say hi to him. They've been tremendous to us, and we've really appreciated it. Moving on to 300 party update. Who went to the 300 party? Okay, got some whoops out of there. All right. Allie Turner, is Allie here? Yeah, I know she's here. Come here, Allie. Come on up to the stage, Allie. Allie was our committee chair for the 300 party. Thank you. Let's give her applause as she walks up. I don't have anything too terribly official, but we're lucky to have you, Horseshoe, for doing that. I know you'll probably weld that to the back of your pickup truck or something. Do you want to say anything about the 300 party?
Actually, yes. You guys, I could not have done it and pulled it off so fantastically without really just everybody. Oh, good grief! Without everybody just being there and everybody supports. As far as volunteers go. So Jana with Katy Plantation, Sam, Erica, and Amy helped me so much before and during. And then Chad and Amy, Sean and Don just afterwards, sticking around and making sure that I was able to get everything back in the truck, before it got too dang late. That was awesome. So just thank you everybody, and everybody who donated door prizes too. That was, it turned out fantastic, and I really appreciate it.
All right. Thank you, Allie. Really good. I want to say it was a really fun time. I don't know how many people who was searching for the free. If you found a set of keys at the 300 party, you could have driven away in one of those Chevys. Anybody find those keys? You didn't know about that? No, just kidding. All right, what's coming up this weekend? Anybody know? St. Patrick's Day. Thank you very much, Matt. I can always count. Matt's my plant.
That's next week.
Next what? Hey, stop it. Don't confuse everybody. All right. This coming weekend, we have St. Patrick's Day starting at 4 o'clock to 8 o'clock. We have the Godfrey's Rangers, which is an authentic Celtic band that'll be playing. We have the McTaggart Irish Dancers. We have pipers and drummers that'll be in the parade and performing on stage. It's going to be a totally Irish type of event. We have over 60 vendor booths. 60. That's a record right now. Amy and I were going over the map, and we've got people squeezed in every nook and cranny and corner in downtown Fulshear. It's going to be awesome. So you need to come down. We're going to be cutting the streets off at 11 o'clock. The stage will be put up about noon. And if you have a booth, you need to be set up and vehicles clear the area by 3 p.m. We want, if you want to come out and help us out at the chamber, just to welcome some of the vendor booths and the people who are setting up, maybe help out. We have the Key Club. The kids are going to be there to help us as well. But we always welcome the extra hand or two. Rain. If it rains, it is a rain or shine event. Looks like we're going to get out of the rain, but the one thing that's going to be maybe an issue is some parking, because some of the grounds might be wet where we park the cars in the ground. So be aware of that. We do have the children's area. We do know that where the Christmas tree in the Bentley lot, if it's well soaked, we have a plan B to put all the booths right down 359, and we'll put the Easter Bunny in the gazebo there at Nicole Pope's place. We have the Easter Bunny coming. Did y'all know? Yeah, the Rotary Club. Where's anybody from the Rotary right there? Hi. Yeah, Brazos River has an Easter Bunny, so you can have picture ops with an Easter Bunny. So we hope. Just to mention that. Yes. Okay. How many of you went over to Karen Van Holten's house and made all these? Look at that. I heard y'all were cutting. I didn't realize that the name of this material was called tulle, right? Now, to most guys, this is not a tool. This is a tool belt, I guess. But nevertheless, these tutus for Texana to help with their capital campaign. They're going to be selling these downtown. Only reason I bring it up at this point is, yes, I have promised to wear one on St. Patrick's Day while riding around on my Segway. So, Mayor, you want to help me out too? No? Do you think we can get Congressman Olson to do this, to wear one? If I could pull that off, that's a photo op. But anyway, be sure to help out Texana. It's going to be a lot of fun. This is just one of the many things going on downtown at St. Patrick's Day. And to mention that, our Grand Marshals are right here, Principal Ward, Principal Simler, and Coach Fleming with the new Fulshear High School Chargers. They are our Grand Marshals, and they'll be in the lead truck. And the lead trucks and all the dignitary trucks are being sponsored by Legacy Ford. Where's Eloise is over there, Patrick, Sexton. Thank you guys very much for everything. And with that in mind, with the parade, if anybody would like to drive a brand new Legacy Ford pickup truck, we need a couple of drivers. If you'd like to drive, please get with Terry in the back, Terry Crockett, raise your hand, and we'll arrange how you can help us drive the trucks, maybe even go over to Legacy Ford, pick up the truck that day, drive it over here, and then drive it back later that evening. Or drive it back on Monday. Drive it back on, so you get to keep it all day on Sunday, Pat? Woo! Who needs a truck this weekend? I'll tell you. Okay, so he said you could pick up the truck Saturday morning, And you can go meet, and we rally over at the Huggins Elementary for the parade at by 3 o'clock. We'd like the trucks to be there more like 2 o'clock for the lead trucks. And you can carry our grand marshals and our dignitaries. And we will, and then you can drive the truck all weekend and take it back Monday morning.
Yeah, there's 4 trucks.
4 trucks.
4 trucks and 1 Mustang convertible.
Oh, excellent. So, hey, see Terry, first come, first serve, okay? And we really appreciate it. And also, just speaking of trucks, one of the trucks in the parade is going to be our new F-150 Super Crew that we are raffling off this year. Last year we raffled off a Mustang. This year we're doing a Super Crew pickup truck. We just launched this the other day, and we've already sold 1 ticket. We have. Now, there's only going to be 500 tickets sold, but this is going to be given away at our casino night, which this year is going to be in February. We're looking to have a Super Bowl casino night the Friday before Super Bowl, so it ought to be a lot of fun.
That's a $40,000 truck.
Yeah, this is a $40,000 truck. Who needs a truck? Everybody should raise their hand. Absolutely. All right. So, exciting stuff here in Fulshear. Going on to our next event, just want to let everybody know that we are going to spaz out on 4th of July. We have booked the Spasmatics for 4th of July, downtown Fulshear. So that'll be on the 4th of July, Monday, 4th of July, downtown. More information to come on that. And our committee chair is Rachel, the realtor. Hey, Rachel, hey, there she is. There's our committee chair. Thank you very much. All right, Ford truck raffle. Okay, it's time for a door prize. Are we ready for a door prize, Tricia? We are. Okay, we are ready for a door prize. And one door prize here. Who donated the Leprechaun's welcome sign?
Texana Center.
Oh, from Texana. I see it on the back now, yes. Thank you, Texana. It's the Leprechaun Welcome Center. We're going to hit our electronic calculator. We need sound effects when we do this. Who's our winner?
Hugh Durham.
Hugh Durham. Oh, my goodness. Come here, you little leprechaun. You get the welcome sign. You need to wear this around your neck while you're drinking your beer. That's very good. Welcome. Can we give away another door prize real quick, if you don't mind? West Fort Bend Buzz. Where's Shannon? Shannon? Oh, she's way back there in the corner. All right, she brought some newspapers for us. Thank you very, very much. And she is going to pick the prize for a classic car wash, classic detail from Fulshear Classic Car Wash and Detail. Who's our winner? Ann Fry. And with all this nasty weather coming in, you're going to get your car completely cleaned up next week. There you go. Congratulations. Okay.
Thank you, Shannon.
All right, we're going to do some more prizes here in just a minute, and we're going to move on to our City of Fulshear Police Minute. Did we have was Captain McCoy here and then he left? He gone. Somebody go find Mike. Okay, well, while we're waiting on that, I want to also say, Janice Perry, where's Janice? Janice, stand up, Janice. Everybody can see you. There's Janice. Okay, many of you don't know, but we have partnered with Google here at our chamber. It's called Google Street View. Have you ever gone to a map and clicked on a business and you find a business on a map, but then you can click on the business and actually do a panoramic walk through the business? Well, that's a special feature with Google, and that is a service in addition that they give you. We're going to be sending out some information about it to everybody, but it's called Gybo, GYBO.com, to get your business online. That's what it stands for, GYBO. And we're trying to put Fulshear on the map. We'd like every business to be on the map. However, if you want that panoramic look and you have a brick and mortar, then you can contract with Google. They'll come out and do all the photographs, and they normally charge $275. Now, they offered us a 10% commission, and we decided at the chamber, no, we want to give that back to you for being a member. So if it's something you decide to do, you get a 10% discount for being a chamber member, and we're going to let you have that. So $27.50 minus $275, whatever that calculates out to be. Yes?
It's the minimum $345, not $270.
Oh, it's $345?
$345 is
The
the
minimum.
minimum. You get your 10% off that.
Okay, I'm sorry. I am mistaken. So $345, you get $34.50 off of that, right? Okay, anyway, go see Janice. She's got all the details. She'll be able, why am I trying to sell her product? I'm just trying to let everybody know about it. But she's a representative of Google. This is an official deal and everything with Google, and it's something that your business might want to consider. Did the police department show up? No? Okay, well, that's good. Let's have a party. All right, did I skip over our mayor?
Yes.
Thank you. See, thanks for keeping me in touch. Now, how about the City of Fulshear Mayoral Minute? Let's bring up Tommy Kirkendall. Sorry, Mayor, it's, election season. I tend to forget things. Just kidding. Here you go, sir.
That's quite all right. I'll try to keep this short and sweet this morning, get us out of here before the monsoon hits, but I gave you a lot of information last month. We're definitely looking forward to the St. Patrick's Day event downtown, and I want to encourage everyone to be out there. I'm surprised Don didn't think about the rainbow at the end of the storm, so I'm expecting to see a rainbow out on Saturday. Don, can you arrange that? No, he's busy talking. Can you arrange the rainbow on Saturday? The pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Okay, good.
You gotta bring the gold though.
Oh, okay. All right. On the commercial development side, in the downtown area, you'll see we have a special use permit sign that's up there next to the Sweet Tooth, on the Bentley lots. That's slated to be an Ace Hardware. That's scheduled to be on our city council agenda this next week, and so stay tuned. Hopefully, city council will look on that favorably. As far as other building occupancies that were approved this last month, we had Summit Fitness Studio on FM 359, Mattress One, they got all of their permits approved, and Yin Sushi, they got theirs approved as well. So there are several things on the 1463 corridor that are close to being complete, and as you'll see them open, as soon as they can. So they're ready to be open for business and have all of us frequenting their shops. Not really much change on the master plan community front. As far as infrastructure goes, DHK is working on expanding Bodart from their development up to FM 1093. I think someone here said they were from Comcast. Was there somebody here from Comcast? All right, I might need to talk to you after this meeting, so perfect timing. No. We have some great working relationships with all of our service providers in the area, but a project does impact every single one of them, and we have to work together. The city and the county are working together on a strategic financing plan for the Fulshear Parkway, or what's now become the Texas Heritage Parkway. So that's in the city of Katy, in our ETJ, which Fort Bend County is helping us fund that, and then on the southern end, it's in the city of Fulshear. So we all have a vested stake in that. Developers are helping out as well. We hope to get a finance plan here in the next month or two, and that'll open up a new 7-mile, 4-lane roadway from 1093 all the way up to Interstate 10 at Peterson Road and help relieve some of our congestion and mobility. All of you probably saw the groundbreaking for FM 1093. Can I get a big hand for that? Lori Ann Beelan is here with Commissioner Meyer's office. He's worked very diligently on this project. That schedule is slated to take about 2 years. That's phase 1, east of 1463. The area of 1093 here right out in front of the business park. That should start before the end of this year and take a 2-year period as well. They'll be going on simultaneously. But I think once you see the traffic control phasing, there'll be hopefully minimal impacts. We'll all have to suffer a bit, but we're anxious to get that started. We also have on our city council agenda this next week approving a water and wastewater master plan. I know that's not glamorous to a lot of folks, but we have so many developments around the city. We're trying to tie all those together with our water and sewer plants, and that'll be big for us long term. Water meter conversions, we also have that contract, upgrading our water meters to a AMI or a system that transmits data back to City Hall immediately so that we can have accuracy of our billing and be able to answer our customers' question. Utility billing, I talked about musical offices last time. They've moved out of City Hall. They're in a building here in Fulshear Business Park. We're converting over, going from a service provider to in-house billing. So if you would just bear with us through that transition, we appreciate your patience and your your kindness towards us as we move through that process, because there will be some issues we have to work through, but we have a great staff. Tony Avelli is our billing director, and she's doing a phenomenal job. I did want to just take 1 minute, and I want to ask Angela Fritz to come up here. The city has undergone an extensive process to hire a new economic development director. I think we had over 55 applicants. The city of Fulshear is on a lot of folks' radar screen. We did an in-depth background analysis, research. We interviewed 3 candidates, and I'm pleased to welcome Angela Fritz as our new economic development director. I'm going to ask Dawn at a later meeting to maybe give her some time to tell you a little bit about herself in more detail. I don't want to put her on the spot. This is her 2nd week, so we want her to come back her 3rd week. But, in our interview process, we talked a lot about, development issues, the things that are facing us, bringing in retail, and also retaining the retail and commercial development that we have here currently. So we want to bring in new, we want to supplement, but we also want to help you stay here with us and grow with us. So when we talk about bringing in new retailers, we're not trying to push anyone out, but we do want to work together. We have tools, I think, that can help you. Angela, once she gets her feet on the ground, will be able to come here and I'll probably turn over this city minute to her and let her do that in the future. But welcome to the city of Fulshear, Angela, and we hope I know we'll have a great future together. And thank y'all this morning.
Thank you, Mayor Kirkendall, and we appreciate everything you do for our city, sir. Thank you very, very much, and welcome, Angela. We look forward to working with you. Also want to mention Dan McJunkin is currently videotaping this. This will be up at...
It's live streaming right now.
It is live streaming right now, so you're live over the internet.
On Fulshear.com.
And you go to Fulshear.com and you can actually watch it if you didn't get up this morning and come in. But don't make that stay home. Come on in here and say hi to everybody. I can see everybody. I have 2 people and we're streaming to you. So just remember, we can see you too, right?
That's right.
Yeah, okay. There you go. But thank you very much to Fulshear.com, Dan, and everything he's doing to do a lot of live streaming around our city. We really appreciate the hard work he does. Also, How to Win Wednesday. Today is not only Get Wired Wednesday, but it's also How to Win Wednesday. Everybody know what How to Win Wednesday is?
Yeah.
Yes. There's Christy Fontanilla. Where is Andrew Van Jow? Come on up, and they're going to tell us about today's episode of How to Win Wednesday. Is Andrew here? I thought he was here. There you go. Come on up. And we'll let them tell us what's coming up today and what's on the menu, I guess. Who wants to go first? Christy? Right here, in the spotlight.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Just for today, we're having, in preparation for the April 15 tax deadline, we're having the discussing some small businesses and taxes, specifically highlighting the subjects below. So the basic 2015, is it up there now? That's okay. Basic 2015 for those who have not filed yet, and 2016 tax information. Some information about the Affordable Care Act, self-employment taxes, there you go. General business deductions and some basic rules, entity structure, and this is really the one that I really like, importance of tax planning. We will be having Ed Batinga of Batinga CPA to facilitate this session. It will be in the Tribe Church. We're having it 11:30, and then the session starts exactly at 12, and lunch will be provided. So if you can join us, that will be great.
And speaking of lunch, I want to call out Center Court Pizza because they're the ones providing pasta for lunch today. So thank you to Center Court. And as a matter of fact, I want to highlight that we have several businesses that have volunteered to help us out for How to Win Wednesdays by helping with the catering. So if you're interested for a future date, please let Christy, Dawn, or I know. And much, much appreciated for that help and support. One of the things I just want to quickly touch on is that we're already focusing on the second half of 2016. looking for the programs for How to Win Wednesdays. And again, How to Win Wednesdays are designed to help members create value, learn from others, and share learning. So that's the kind of thing we want to do. The next couple of How to Win Wednesdays, we're lining up a social media, how to create value through social media for your business. And we're going to be bringing in a few experts for that. We also have an email marketing session planned. So somebody who will come and share with you what other businesses are doing and how they're building value, business, transactions, using email marketing. So lots of good stuff coming up. We also have a Google app, speaker on Google Apps as well. So lots of exciting stuff, but if you're interested in a future How to Win Wednesday and to speak and share some of your learnings, please let, again, Christy, Don, or me know. Anything else? Did I miss anything?
No, I think
Very
that's
good.
it. Well done. Thank you, Christy. Thank you, Andrew. These folks have really taken the How to Win Wednesday program to a whole nother level. When we started, I was kind of working it and just kind of, but they have stepped in and have done a phenomenal job. So I want to thank you, Andrew. Thank you, Christy. It's really a program that I think is kind of an envy around the county. So we want to give back to you as much as we can so you have a lot of value. Now, Tricia, there was something else you whispered in my ear, and I don't know, did I cover it? Oh, the police have left and might come back. Okay, whatever. Like I said, lock them out. No. We love our police department, and I think you'll if you don't like their Facebook page, please go do that. We will announce that Officer Jennifer Edmonds had her baby boy, and his name is Lucchese Travis. So. If you get a chance to say congratulations, but the baby is just the cutest little boy, and it's on Facebook. So congratulations to our police officer Jennifer Edmonds with her new son. Okay, one real quick thing I just want to say. I think I saw Yang. Where was Yang? Where's Yang? Yang's right back there. Now, we've had a lot of questions, and I like to bring up businesses when people have questions about businesses, and a lot of people have said, hey, what happened to Young's? Where'd it go? Well, the sign is gone, and now it's something different. Well, Young is sort of semi-retiring, right? But she's still going to be there. But she's retiring from the kitchen. But she has a new chef, and the image has changed to Fulshear City Grill, and it will be a place to get what is called a Fulshear Char Burger, kind of in honor of our Chargers, our Fulshear Chargers. You're going to have buffalo, turkey, black bean. There's going to be comfort foods and meatloafs and chicken dishes. So it's all going to be, decor's changed with a lot of Fulshear, old Fulshear decor and everything. And you open when officially? Maybe tomorrow. All right, but nevertheless, we all love Young, and it was Young's where our chamber actually started, was at Young's. So maybe we need a little plaque in there somewhere that said the chamber started here or something like that. I think that'd be fun to do. But anyway, Young will still be there, and I think she'll still have some of her favorites on the menu that you can get if you. FulshearCityGrill.com, so go check it out. Okay, fantastic. But we want to thank you for everything you've done for the chamber since the beginning. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. Okay, I know we have a speaker to get to. I got one more thing to do, Hank, and if you don't mind, I'm going to go ahead and give away a couple of door prizes, and then we'll get rid of our door prizes, and we'll bring up our guest speaker, and they're going to really like. Can we get a Clear Choice Office Supply has given us not an office chair this time, but something to drink and eat while you're sitting in a Clear Choice office chair. By the way, where's Linda with Dr. Zerwis? Did you get your chair yet?
Not yet.
Where Dan, where are you at? Dan, that's Linda. Linda, that's Dan. Get your chair. Okay, Dan, push the button or there. Okay, here we go. Stand up, Dan. That's Dan with Clear Choice right there. Yeah. Who won? Bill Brothers with FitSense. Bill, you can't have this. You're a fitness guy. There's chocolate and there's all kinds of calories in here, sir. You're gonna set this up when you work it out and let your people look at that and say, work out if you want this, right? Congratulations, that's Bill right there. Thank you, Bill. All right. Our speaker today is a well-known author, and I'll get into that in just a minute, but I'd like to give away one of his books, and we would like to, if you don't mind hitting the, Tricia, we want one more prize. We got two more, actually. Mayor's gonna touch that, and Valentin Vasquez. Valentin, congrats, come on up, Valentin. Good to see you today. How you doing? I'm sure Mr. Moore would be happy that you'll sign that, won't you, sir? All right. And we have one more is Pop Icons and Business Legends. One more, if we don't mind. And then I'm going to tell you all about Hank Moore. Angela Fritz, our economic development. Hey, you just won. This is not planned. Everything you need to know about economic development, right? Not by Hank Moore. I'm sure he can really help you very much. Congratulations, Angela. Welcome. All right. All right, I'm going to get out of the way here. Our guest today is Hank Moore. Hank is a futurist and corporate strategist, the highest level of organizational advisor. He conducts business appraisals, company evaluations, and performance reviews, strategic planning, and visioning. Hank Moore's sixth book, Houston Legends, is the definitive history of a global capital and is a bestseller and award winner. I know there's a lot more, but let me tell you, since time's running short, I mean, literally I have this whole thing on this gentleman, and we could go over it, and then he wouldn't have time to speak. So I'd like to ask Mr. Hank Moore to come on up and speak to us. Give him a round of applause. Thank you very much. How you doing, Mr. Moore?
Glad to be here. One of the things I want to talk to you about is how wonderful this community is and how much opportunity that you have. Then I'll get into the Houston Legends thing. I've been around a long time, and I'm a former White House advisor. I was an advisor to President Lyndon Johnson, and my areas of expertise were civil rights, environmental, international trade, and the World's Fair. And I since have advised other U.S. presidents, and I was one of the 4 creators of the 1,000 Points of Light program. So community give back is a very important thing, and part of the uniqueness and part of the opportunity for Fulshear's growth is going to be the fact that it's a real community functioning as a wonderful functioning community. And I'm proud to be wearing your chamber's lapel pin, having surpassed 300 members in honor of the original 300 settlers. A lot of people hear about the term original 300 here, and this was when Stephen F. Austin, who was a real estate promoter from New York, came down here to Texas in 1822, and then he brought an original group of settlers, and a handful of them settled in this area. Originally, this area was settled in 1855 on the plantation of Fulshear Churchill. Another one of the original settlers was a fellow named William Little, and they went down the road here to the Brazos County, and he was instrumental in building a log fort, which they called Fort Bend. And so that's how the names of a lot of these communities come into being, by very practical kinds of things. Also down the road from here is a community called Missouri City, and it came into being because a group of real estate promoters in St. Louis were trying to sell land out of state. So they had this plot of land in Texas, selling it to people in Missouri, and they named it Missouri City. It's funny how the names of the communities, everybody knows that Katy got its name, of course, from the railroad. Another community in this area got its name also because of the railroad. There were people most of these communities, which originally came from cotton and rice plantations and sugar plantations, thus sugar land, that's how all of that happened. The Houston Legends book is actually, that came out about a year ago, and boy, what an interesting adventure that has been. I just found out just the other day that this book, which is pictured there on the screen, which is actually my 8th book, I just found out it's been nominated for a Pulitzer Prize. And I never thought a book of mine would be. I've written about 10 books now. Most of them were, about half of them were business books. My first bestseller was called The High Cost of Doing Nothing. And it takes the premise that American business spends 6 times more than it should every year cleaning up mistakes. There's that much in the system. Most of you would not be surprised to know that 1/3 of our nation's gross national product is spent every year cleaning up mistakes. There's that much. Now, what's the antithesis for all of that? Planning and visioning. And economic development, which wonderful things were said by the mayor today. Congratulations, Mr. Mayor and Angela, for what you're doing. Economic development and quality of life and the overall scope of the community, that's what makes communities grow. And I think the reason we're here to celebrate Fulshear's dynamic growth, and it has. I mean, going way back to when it all started in 1855, the town being laid out in 1890, the town being wiped out by a fire in 1910, and now it's robustly growing. One of the things that I've done, people go, what do you do when I'm not talking lovingly and respectfully to chambers of commerce? I'm usually the guy who comes in and when the company is at a crossroads, the organization, and will tell the board of directors how to retrench where they're going. I have managed corporate turnarounds for Disney, Marriott, Hewlett-Packard, AT&T, Texaco, United Way of America. I mean, I've had about 5,000 clients over the years. Some of them have been cities and municipalities. I call that visioning. Economic development is a portion of the visioning program. Strategic planning is a portion. Financial planning is a portion. Quality of life is a wonderful thing that helps the communities grow. And I've had the pleasure of seeing some great cities transform themselves through visioning. And some of the ones I've worked with were Phoenix, San Diego, Dallas. We had a program there. I did that one back in 1998, a visioning program, and I called it, I give them all a theme every year. And that one was called Dallas 7. And one of the city council members came to me one time confused, saying, what is Dallas 7? It sounds like some kind of a sci-fi term. And I said, that's a good question. What's your bond rating on Wall Street? And they said $6 billion. And we're proud of it. I said, that's what Dallas 7 is about. And so it's really interesting. I actually had the opportunity a few years ago to raise the name of Fulshear in another state. And being from Texas, I grew up in Austin. I worked in the Johnson White House from ages 16 through 21, and I was the youngest White House advisor ever. And that was an interesting, daunting experience. I moved to the Houston area when I was 25. I was on a 1-year contract with the University of Houston. I was the guy who told them how to create the University of Houston system. Now, that's not the kind of thing you can do unless you've done it before. I happen to have done it at the institution they cared the most about, which was UT Austin, and I've been on that committee. So I'm a big picture idea guy, and what I've learned is the more coalitions you build, the more collaborations in the community, and that's why this chamber, and that's why I was so glad to accept the invitation to come here. I speak all over the world, and I get huge fees, but when I'm home, I like to pay tribute to the local folks and say, you too can grow. You too can make the evolution. You know, I look around and I see the fantastic things that you're doing, and I see other communities that are coasting and sliding. That's going to be your opportunity. A number of years ago, I was called by some folks to go to a little town called Littleton, Colorado. And this was in 1999, the year after I'd worked on the Dallas Visioning Program. And I said, and they brought me up there, and I walk in to their city council, and they said, this was right after the Columbine shootings. And I said, where's your economic development program? And one of the people said, my God, man, children were murdered here. Have you no heart? Yeah, I have a lot of heart. Where's your economic development program? Then we talked about, they said, most people, we became a sad footnote in history when we made the news the other day when kids were shot in our school. You know, and I was brought up there to help bring some order to what they're doing. I said, let me tell you something. It's not about the school district, what they did wrong. It's about the opportunity. I said, where you are juxtaposed to downtown Denver is where communities like Fulshear and Sugar Land were in their communities. And in 1999, I was quoting Fulshear up in Colorado and in other cities as a beacon of opportunity to grow communities. The community, yeah, it's been around a long time, but for all practical purposes, your best days are ahead of you. You've got great opportunities. You don't need to coast on the past. And as I said to the people up there, why don't you can do all the good stuff in the community to heal the community, but to keep from being a sad footnote in history, you're going to have to really reach out. You're going to have to prove yourself business worthy. You're going to have to take on the elephant in the room, which is downtown Denver. You've got to stop thinking like a bedroom community to downtown Denver and start thinking about a holistic community. Now, where did I get all those ideas? I'm sharing the same ones with you. One of the many things I've learned in my life is the more you go back and you dust off those wonderful lessons that you learned from your mentors, from teachers, wonderful teachers, and then you give them new coats of paint, and the old ideas become the new ideas. Where did I get that concept? When I was a kid growing up, as I say, I grew up, I'm trying to condense all of this, hope I'm not confusing you. I started working in Austin, Texas as a 10-year-old disc jockey at a radio station. My then girlfriend's parents owned the radio station. I thought I was going to be the Dick Clark of Texas radio, and I was at one time. However, a mentor, a 24-year-old mentor at that radio station by the name of Bill Moyers, said to me, suck it up, kid. You're not going to put Dick Clark out of business. You can like someone, you can admire someone, but you can't go through life as a carbon copy of them. You've got to be your own best. I give that piece of, and I learned that line in 1958, and I'm still giving it to businesses all over the world. I've reorganized Kuwait Petroleum. I told them the same thing. So you take all these great lessons that you learn. Moyers also said to me, do you not understand that our core business is not broadcasting? It is Washington, D.C. You and I are here to be groomed for if and when our boss becomes president. And so I was groomed for the next 5.5 years. And then my boss became president on November 22nd, 1963. And I found myself at the tender age of 16 being the youngest White House advisor ever. Nobody ever said, you're just a kid, what do you not know? They assumed you'd learn it. They knew you cared. And one of the things that I've learned, I have met some of the greatest legends in the world. I found myself at the tender age of 13 sitting around having intellectual discussions with Winston Churchill, no relation to Fulshear Churchill, but great names, both of them, distinguished names. What I learned talking to some of the great legends, and I know you have some in this community. You know, you need to pull some of the old timers out of mothballs. You need to get those living histories out from them. You need to learn, and guess what? Those old ideas, you give your own coat of paint, then they become your great visionary ideas for the future. And so what I learned as a very young kid, and because of my exposure to the Johnsons, and it started out in In Austin, we'd go to the LBJ Ranch and they'd have these parties. And as a teenager, I was sitting around hobnobbing with community leaders. Many of the community leaders from Houston were there. I'm a Hogg, George Mitchell, George R. Brown, the Hobbies, the Mastersons, on and on and on and on. The only one of the old-timers I never met was Jesse Jones. And I used to start writing down every story they would tell me on note cards. That's where this book came from. And those great ideas that they tell you. A few years later, after my White House period had ended, I came to Houston during that time frame. I moved here to, and I still live here. People think I live in New York or somewhere. But I moved here, and I was on a one-year contract with the University of Houston. I walked into a Board of Regents meeting, and there was all the legends were the Board of Regents. Two things I learned from that, and I offer you as kind of final kind of takebacks. The more people know you, the more they trust you, they want to do business with you. One of them leaned over to me at a meeting one day and he said, after your contract with this is through, I want you to advise my company on a business strategy. That was Mr. George Mitchell. And so the second year I lived here, I wrote the strategic plan for the Woodlands. And I also wrote the strategic plan for Clear Lake City with Friendswood Development. So if they trust you, if they serve on the charity committees, and that is the backbone of the community, there's 4 reasons that really Fulshear, Houston, every community in the metro area came into being. There's 4 and only 4 reasons. I go into detail of all of that in the book. By the way, those who get the book today, you're going to get the pass-through wholesale price. If you want to go on Amazon and pay $41 for it, you can. But you're going to get it for basically the wholesale cost. I've got Houston Legends, and I've got its sequel, which is Pop Icons and Business Legends. And I'm working on the sequel to that right now called Nonprofit Legends. In fact, ironically, I wrote the Nancy Reagan section on Saturday, the day before she died. Interesting irony. I did a whole thing on First Ladies and causes that they had championed. But the 4 reasons, and there's just a handful of takeaways I want to give you, because I know you got more chamber business. I'm just the icing on the cake as the speaker to help motivate you to further support the chamber and the community that it represents. But the 4 reasons that the communities in this area all started, and if Fulshear Churchill were here, they'd tell you the same thing. Number 1, good for business. Number 2, good for business. What that means is that the first good for business was all of us were settlers who came from somewhere. Some of them, the original 300, settled in various areas and made possible the growth. Most of them opened trading posts on lands that were formerly Native American Indian reservations. That's good for business number 1. The pioneers had the guts, the glory to set things up. The second good for business has to do with transporting of goods and services to the sea. That's why railroads were so influential in the development of every community around here. In fact, one of the communities around here named for a railroad, one of the other ones, Tomball, was named for the lawyer, Thomas Ball, who brought the railroad to the community. So it's very important for each of our communities to be interconnected. And when we say greater Fulshear area chamber, we're talking about having reach far beyond Fort Bend County. There is a reach that this area, if this area is as blowing and going as you know it to be, and I believe it is, I told the people at Columbine that in 1999. They'd never heard of Fulshear. But then a lot of people had never heard of Littleton, Colorado until that incident. But so the third reason that we look at is that every one of these communities was on the path for Texas independence. Guess what? We all still are. We're a thriving, growing community that is a very diverse community. Diversity is a wonderful topic. I do a whole topic on speech on that topic. Since as a 16-year-old, I happen to have served on the committee with the Civil Rights Act of 64. So diversity, we are, Fulshear in every area is very diverse. The fourth area, my next to the last comment I want to give you, is all about community give back. Most of you are very giving to charitable and nonprofit organizations in the area. You know, I know Rotary has its wonderful causes. I spoke for Charlie and his Fulshear Rotary Club about a year ago. I know that all of there's causes that all of us need to have. And guess what? Once you think you're overextended in the community, do a little more. I think you'll find if you are doing things in the community for the right way, it's good for business. It's good for business. It helps keep you autonomous and thriving as a company, and it's the right thing to do for the community. One of the legends, I'll tell you one last story, one of the legends of Houston that I met when I first moved here, I actually met him during my Johnson years, was George R. Brown, for whom the convention center is named. And I'd been living down here about 3 or 4 years at that point. I was a ripe old age of 29. I use age as a reference. Young people rock. The entire crowd is very young people. And you are not only the present, but the future. And what I was told as a young person was you take the lessons that you learn from the others and you pass them on as your wisdom. That you then, the mentee becomes the mentor, so to speak. So I'm sitting around, you know, having power lunches with the downtown Houston power establishment. And the lunch place du jour back then in the late 70s was the Houston Club downtown. And I'm sitting there at the table, I'm 29 years old. George R. Brown, who's 77, turns to me, he's sitting at the table having lunch next to me, and he said, I like you, I want you to advise my company on a business strategy. You just think about what you want to do and get back with me. Now I ask you, how many people give a consultant carte blanche to do whatever they want? Some of us are capable of doing that. It's not what we want, it's what the company needs. But it's because I was serving on the charitable committees with them already. And I'm a hog and all those people. And if they trust you, that's what I learned from the legends. The bigger they are, the nicer they are. They love being around young people. They love being around people that have the core of what's going on in the community. So when you go to the St. Patty's events and the other things that this chamber puts on, it's an opportunity for you to mix and mingle in the community and share and grow with each other. Well, I worked on my business strategy, and about a month later, I go over to the management meeting at Brown and Root, which is now known as KBR, part of Halliburton. And so Mr. Brown introduces me, and he points at me, he says, that's my guy. He's going to tell you something, you're going to do it, and you're going to like it. Well, that's not the best management strategy. You know, we're in an era of building work teams and win-wins. And we really were back in the 70s, but he was still operating under an old. So I got up there kind of, you know, I said, well, okay, ladies and gentlemen, here's the management strategy I'm going to give this company today. We're going to create the first in-house daycare center in Houston. Well, you could hear a pin drop. And some of the management team, the mid-managers, being mid-managers, said, say what? Daycare? What does that have to do with business? And I smiled and I said, everything. It's all about building loyalty, reducing absenteeism, and by the way, you can use it in your marketing, and that's what happened. So the point being that when you do business with each other, and when you attend these Fulshear Chamber Business After Hours events, which you really need to regularly attend, you're supporting each other in ways that you don't even know right now. There's going to be a downstream effect. That's legendary behavior. That's what the legends that founded this community and every other community around here did. They wanted to build communities that had staying power, that weren't carbon copies of someone else, that where you could become anything that you want. So where you stand right now, the state of this community is you've got, and I say the same thing to you that I said to the University of Houston back in 1973. So somebody said, what's our biggest problem? I said, too many opportunities, more than you know what to do with. That's what I say to you. Part of planning and economic development and visioning is where you put all those great ideas together, you prioritize, you see who's responsible for what, you go out and cherry pick more corporate sponsors. That's how the Legends of Houston did it. That's how the Allen brothers and Jesse Jones and all those characters from the olden days did it. Why do we read and understand history? Do we want to live in it? No. History is for the young and for the dynamically growing. And so that's the way I feel about it, and that's why I wrote that book. Main reason, Mrs. Wortham told me in 1974 that someday I would write it. And I had to get old, so I had to understand history. History is a continuum. And the growth of this area, I would love someone here in Fulshear to do a Fulshear Legends book. There's wonderful opportunities here. Go out and make the best of it. Do legendary work, not only for yourself, for your company, and for your community. If you do that, then you'll have legendary behavior. And I'll be back in a couple more years and pat you on the back for having done wonderful, legendary things in a community that's got every reason to grow successfully. Thank you very much. I'll stay around afterwards, and I'll be signing the books. The new book is Pop Icons and Business Legends, and I didn't even get into my Bill Gates story, but there wasn't time. Next time. And then next year I'll be back with Nonprofit Legends. Thank you.
Let's hang more, everybody. I like what he said, be legendary. I like that a lot. And humbly, we'd like to give you, I know at our Rotary Club we gave you a coffee cup, but we're going to give you another one. We hope you like coffee. But we're lucky to have you. We give our speakers, thank you very much, Mr. Moore. We really appreciate it. And we'll look forward to having you back with Nonprofit, your book on that. And if you have any questions, he'll be right over here to answer anything you have. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very, very much. Hope you enjoyed that. It reminds me also of a speaker we once had, Neon, that says, go out there and give everything, you go where the action is, play your heart out, and do no harm. And I think that's indicative of our chamber. And I think our chamber and the members in it are going to be legendary. If not already, we're legendary. We're getting there. But it's all because of everything you do in the community and everywhere you show up and do things. So let's wrap up. I know we're short on time. And Allie, we're going to bring Allie back up to talk about the rope cuttings, and then we'll close out.
Hey guys, okay, so I am just helping out Nancy since she's not able to be here with the Wranglers. So I'm going to announce the rope cuttings and give the pictures and plaques and whatnots. Anyway, so rope cutting schedule due to spring break and then Easter and this weekend was St. Patty's Day. We don't have anything going on for the rest of the month. But on the back, for April 7th, it's Employers One Source Group. The 8th, and okay, so 5 to 7, these are also on the website. So April 8th, 11 to 12, the Right Way Dental, and then April 14th, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. at Colorado Pediatric Dentistry.
Say that again.
I know, right? No, I'm not going to do it. Let me go.
Okay, and we have, what do we want to yell out the names of who we have the pictures of? Allie, just go ahead and say who they are real quick, and I'll repeat them real quick. Whose pictures?
All right, Legacy Ford.
Legacy Ford. Yay! There's Eloise. She can. And next.
Well Pet Center.
Well Pet Center. Don't think they're here.
Center Court.
Center Court Pizza. Nope, not here.
Fulshear Directory.
Fulshear Directory. Nope, not here.
Brookshire Rehabilitation.
Brookshire Rehabilitation. Nope, not here.
All right, Briscoe Manor.
Briscoe Manor. Not here.
Texas Orthodontics?
Texas Orthodontics, not here.
Okay, what about DHK or Kagan Magazine? Is anybody here from that?
Uh,
For their plaques?
DHK, no, Doug's not
Alright,
here.
then that's it. That's all.
Okay, we'll just give them all a call and get them out. Do we have plaques? Yes, what else?
More door prize.
One more door prize? What? A tutu? Oh my gosh, who wants to win a tutu? God, Hugh Durham, if your name comes up again, I will love it.
I'm wearing it out of here.
Because you know what? You and I are going to wear one this Saturday. And where's the tutu? Are we giving away this one right here?
Yes.
This one up here? Hang on. Bring it up here. Hey, that's my dance move right there, everybody. There you go.
Nobody knows it.
I am so excited to say it's Young.
Young? Where's Young? She not here?
You have to take it to her. It's fantastic.
I can see her now coming out of the kitchen with this song on. What can I get for you? You know, that's perfect. Okay. Does anybody have anything else that I missed? I know there's a lot on the agenda. Please don't be shy. Tell me if there's anything announcement that I missed or you need to say. Anybody? Yes, yes.
Real quick, I'm Bruce Granger with the Simonton and Fulshear Lions Club. April 2nd, we're doing our 6th annual motorcycle charity ride. Don's going to MC it for us.
That's right. April 2nd. Yeah.
So Lions Club is a great segue for we're a charity organization for the area. All these proceeds from the bike ride are going to go to Bikers Against Child Abuse and Honor Flight. If you're not sure what Honor Flight is, Google it. It's a great organization. They're taking World War II vets that are getting to the end of their life and getting them out to see the World War II Memorial in BC. It's a great opportunity. Where the Lions need your support is sponsor us. That's where we're going to make the money to give back into the community. We've got the live band. We can use a sponsor for the band, sponsor for bike games. So if you're interested, see me out there.
Thank you. Okay. Oh, I do have one more thing. Anybody lose an earring? Here, look at all the girls doing this. Guys, go ahead, check your ears too, just in case. No? Randy, this isn't yours? Okay. All right. It's right up here if anybody discovers it's missing. Anything else? All right. God bless every one of you, and thank you all so very much. We'll see you this weekend at St. Patrick's Day, 4 o'clock, for a great parade and a great day of fun, and there'll be stuff for kids. So have a great day, everybody. Stay dry. Let's get the rain out. Thank you. Thank you. Applaud for yourselves. Yes. And Mr. Moore will be right up here. Take care of you.